Feature that has the interest of people all over the world, and in particular Jamaicans at home and abroad. We welcome you to Constitutionally Speaking right here on Richie B Radio with our local and international affiliates on board as well. And this is all courtesy of the Office of the Public Defender. Today we're looking at the genesis of the Public Defender Interim Act 2000. And my guest is Special Projects Manager Victor Hemmings from the Office of the Public Defender. Good morning, Mr. Hemmings. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Richard B. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
All right.
And good morning to your listeners.
Wonderful to have you on the program to look at a very important act. And to take us to the beginning of it all, we're looking at the Public Defender Interim Act 2000. Where do you want to start this morning?
All right, so where I'm going to start is the fact that prior to the Public Defender Act, there was another act in place, and this act was the Ombudsman Act. Right?
Yes.
So we didn't have this Public Defender Act in place until 2000. The Ombudsman Act came about from as far back as 1978, and many people do not know this. So what happened is that the Ombudsman Act was in effect up until 2000, when the additional duty was placed for the Ombudsman to take on constitutional complaints relating to constitutional rights breaches. Mm-hmm. And as such, his name even changed. The act changed and the name changed. Now, the Ombudsman Act, what basically was an act that gave the Ombudsman the power to investigate complaints from citizens as it relates to breach, maladministration. Mm-hmm. Constitutional rights breaches wasn't a part of it, Richard. Mm-hmm. Only maladministration. That is complaints against government agencies. Right?
Yes.
Only that. And then in 2000 now, we had the added duty to deal with, or the added mandate to deal with constitutional rights breaches. Mm-hmm. So up until that time, it was only administrative matters we're dealing with. Maladministration by government agencies. So from 1978 to 2000, there was the Ombudsman and the Ombudsman Act. And then after that came the Public Defender Interim Act.
So let me ask you, Victor, were there some key social and or political circumstances that led to the creation of this new Public Defender Interim Act? I'm just trying to figure out why did the time arrive for the change. Yes.
So there was no entity at that time to deal with the constitutional rights breaches aspect. And as a result, and of course we had a constitution.
Yes. And
we needed an agency, an entity to ensure that these rights were protected and enforced. And all these years, between 1978 and 2000, there was no such entity. Therefore, that duty, that mandate was given to the Ombudsman, and his name changed and the act changed. Mm-hmm. So we had he was no longer the Ombudsman, he was the Public Defender.
Yes.
And then the Public Defender Interim Act came in place. What I want to show you though, Richard, what we're going to delve into in the short time that we have, the intention of Parliament. What Parliament wanted, what they discussed when they were bringing into being the Ombudsman Act. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
And that was back in 1978. And this is just an excerpt from the Hansard of Parliament during the discussion. And listen to this, Richard.
Yes, I'm listening.
One of the members of Parliament said, the Ombudsman is a complaints man, a body to whom any citizen or resident of the land, however poor or humble, may take his grievances for redress against administration. It is necessary that real sufferers should have this means of relief, however poor however disadvantaged they may be. And this, Richie, what you have to understand, it carries to this day.
Oh, really?
Because remember, the Ombudsman Act didn't change much. All we did was added the constitutional part to the Ombudsman Act to make the Public Defender Act.
Mm-hmm.
So this type of thinking carried to this day, right?
Yes.
When you're vulnerable, poor, can't manage, and you feel that your complaints are not being dealt with, that's when you come to us. And that is very important. We have to see how the people in Parliament, or the members of Parliament were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that was from the days of the Ombudsman Act. If I can be allowed, Richard, to read something else.
Yes, go ahead.
All right? An ombudsman is responsible to Parliament and not to a single minister of government. This was what was said in Parliament. So if you remember, we have been speaking that we report to Parliament. We don't report to government. We don't report to opposition. We are non-political. And see, this is when the bill was being done in Eritrea.
Mm-hmm.
This is when the bill was being done. That was from the time in 1978, and it continues with us now. An ombudsman is responsible to Parliament and not to a single minister of government. This is a matter of greatest importance, Mr. Speaker, and the country should so know. In his position of independence, he is ideally suited to prevent political victimization and to protect the citizen in this highly tribalized society. You hear what is being said here, Richie?
Mm-hmm.
So, from the time of the ombudsman, he has been put in a position where he's non-political. Because back in 1978, I suppose that I'm not making my age, but it was before my time.
I got you.
Right?
Yes.
So, what was happening? Possibly some tribalization was taking place, political tribalization was taking place, and they needed somebody who would listen to the complaint of someone in relation to complaints against ministries and government entities, and be not politically connected in any way.
Yes.
Be objective.
I want to ask, though, Mr. Hemmings, I'm just thinking through, like, why was the legislation labeled interim? You know what I mean? And are there steps being taken toward making it sort of a permanent act?
All right. So it is interim because it is not supposed to be long lasting. It's not so. It's temporary, and this is from year 2000, which we are in now. 2025. That was 25 years ago.
Yes.
Right, and it's still interim. And why it is what it was, and this is my view, it's really supposed to form a part of what I believe the Constitution. It's really supposed to form a part of the Constitution so that persons can feel confident that this act won't be impacted by the mere votes of Parliament or the mere majority of Parliament. But if it is within the Constitution, it will take more than that for any change to take place with it. Mm-hmm. And that is how important they saw this act as being.
Yes.
Now, previous public defenders and this public defender, Mrs. Carolyn Reed Cameron, has taken to this on this what I call task, taken on this task to ensure that this interim is removed at some point in time. And we have gotten certain assurances before from ministers, etc., that this will be done. It has not yet been done, but we continue to wait. And one day, I am certain that this will become a part of the Constitution of Jamaica.
All right. We have, in fact, learned quite a bit this morning, and I want to thank you for answering the questions that I asked and for all the information that you provided. This is what it's all about on Constitutional Speaking, as you very well know, Victor. We definitely focus on the rights of our citizens of this country. And
Yes.
today in particular, the matter of the genesis of the Public Defender Interim Act 2000 was in focus. You gave us a lot of information. Any parting shot before you go? What you want to leave with us?
Yes, I just want us to think about where we are coming from and why we operate the way we do. No matter how poor, no matter how humble, no matter where your beginnings, come to us with your complaints. We will listen to you and we'll investigate impartially, as was the intention of the legislators at the time when this legislation was being put together.
All right. Thank you so very much. Victor Hemmings, Special Projects Manager, Office of the Public Defender. Have a great day, and we look forward to talking with you sometime again in the future. Have a good one.
Thank you, and you too, and your listeners.